Ruby awoke with a blistering headache. It was like someone had taken a jackhammer to her skull. As she rolled over, a wave of nausea hit her. She groaned. She hadn't had a hangover this bad since she was 19. Ruby lay there with her eyes closed, waiting for the world to stop spinning. She definitely wasn't in her own bed. The sheets enveloping her were too soft, the mattress too springy. Whose bed was she in? A client's? She could barely remember a thing. Ruby opened her eyes, immediately raising a hand to shield them from the harsh sunlight streaming through the window. It appeared to be late morning. She looked around the room. It was one of the premium suites at the hotel of the bar she'd been at the night before. She'd only been in a suite like this once. Only the real high rollers could afford them, which made them out of reach for most people, even her usual clients. She glanced at the bed next to her. She was alone. At the very least, she remembered who she'd been expecting to find, the woman from the bar. She racked her brains for a name. Yvonne. After meeting at the bar, she and Yvonne had made their best effort to finish the bottle of scotch. Everything after that was a blur. Did they have sex? That was unlikely, considering Yvonne's insistence that she didn't do escorts. And Ruby never mixed large quantities of alcohol with sex. So why did she have the feeling she'd done something reckless? Ruby brushed her hair out of her face. As she did, she felt the metal of a ring graze her skin. That was odd. She didn't normally wear rings. Still half asleep, she brought her hand up before her face. Her left hand. On her ring finger was a gold band. Oh, no. Ruby sat bolt upright. Bad idea. A wave of nausea came over her, but this time it didn't pass. She scrambled out of bed, her legs tangling in the sheets, and made a beeline for the nearby bathroom. She shut the door behind her and fell to her knees in front of the toilet, just in time for the contents of her stomach to come back up. Once she was sure her stomach was empty, Ruby flushed the toilet and went over to the sink, her head still spinning. As she rinsed out her mouth, she heard a knock on the bathroom door. "Ruby?" She froze. She knew the voice from the night before. Yvonne. Ruby braced herself on the vanity countertop as dizziness overcame her again. Yvonne called her name again. "Are you in there?" "Yes," Ruby croaked. "I'll be out in a minute." Ruby listened to Yvonne's footsteps recede from the door as the world righted itself again. What the hell had happened the night before? She recalled their conversation at the bar. Yvonne had told Ruby that she had an inheritance she couldn't claim unless she was married. And now Ruby was in the bathroom of Yvonne's suite, wearing a wedding ring. No. No way. Ruby took a few deep breaths. She needed to find out what was going on. She splashed some cold water on her face and looked at it in the mirror. She was a mess, her hair in disarray and her eyes puffy. Why was she even thinking about how she looked? She had far bigger problems. Ruby took another deep breath and opened the bathroom door to find Yvonne sitting on the edge of the bed. She looked just as mesmerizing as she had the night before. Once again, she was dressed in a black dress, a simpler one this time. Her dark hair was pulled back into a bun, her hazel eyes greener in the daylight. Her arms were crossed, and she studied Ruby with narrowed eyes, her expression inscrutable. Ruby's eyes flicked down to Yvonne's left hand. Sure enough, she wore a gold wedding band that matched Ruby's. Ruby's stomach flipped. For a moment, she thought she was going to throw up again. "Ruby," Yvonne gestured to a chair in the corner. "Why don't you have a seat?" "I'll stand." She might have to run to the bathroom again. Silence hung between them. Yvonne continued to study Ruby, her demeanor calm and inscrutable. Why wasn't she freaking out about the situation like Ruby was?